Hello, longboarding mom. I got my bug back yesterday. It was a fuse. One was blowing and stuff. He fixed the gas gauge, the fuse, the headlight. There was a few other things. Oh, the light in the dash was out. Apparently the bulb was burnt out. Or he didn't hook it back up. We don't know. But so I got to drive it home yesterday. Drove perfect. It just makes me smile when I drive it. I have so much fun. The only bad thing is that every time I've driven it or my husband has driven it, we have not been together. We've gone one time to our Christmas dinner and my Christmas dinner, and that was it. That was it. So we need to get out for a bug ride, and this weather has been snowing and whatever, blah. So as soon as and I can drive it in the snow because the windshield wipers work. So whatever. But today I am making a tiramisu cake. And I know I've already made a easy tiramisu cake. Those were with the little lady fingers that you buy at the grocery store and just kind of whip it up and throw it in. This is actually a sponge cake, and I'm really nervous because I am not good at making sponge cakes, like folding ingredients in together, whipping the eggs up and double boilers and stuff like that. This cake, it's really, really good. It's by Bonnie Bakery, so bonniebakery.com, and it's gonna look something like this. I hope. I'm going to get started with, I've got to whip some eggs up on the double boiler over there. That's why I'm really nervous, because so what you do is I don't have a double boiler, so I've got this pan set up here. This is like a steam basket, and it came with this pan, and you just put it, sorry, loud noise, put water in it, put water in it, put this on top, your vegetables in it, and your lid, right? So I don't have any safe bowls that I can put on my stove top, any safe glass bowls and stuff, so I'm gonna put water, this, and this pan fits right in the side there. So we're gonna put 6 eggs in there. I'm going to weigh all of my ingredients today. The sugar, the cake flour, I had to buy cake flour. I've never bought cake flour. So we are going to do cake flour. I'm going to measure every ingredient, make sure it's correct. We're going to whip it up on the stove, make sure it, all I need to do is warm the eggs up, but I don't want to cook them, but I want to incorporate the sugar together, and then we're going to put it in the mixing bowl and whip till it's like fluffy, and then we're going to add I think the rest of the wet dry ingredients. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm not good at making sponge cakes. So let's get started. Oh, and I gotta get this done because I gotta get the turkey in the oven too. So I want to get the cake done first, and then I gotta get the turkey in the oven, and then I can do the, whipped cream, the mascarpone. I can never say that. Anyway, so wish me luck because I've also got Bible study today. Before I start with the double boiler and mixing ingredients, we've got to have all of our stuff ready to go. So this is just some simple wax paper, and I'm going to put this on the bottom of my pans. So we are going to just trace around like so with the scissors. It usually leaves a line to cut, and we are going to grease these pans and put these in the bottom so the cake will release from the pans a lot easier. And I'm doing them both together. Hopefully they stick together. And I got all this left over. So what I'm going to do with that leftover is use it to grease my pans with. Just stick that in there. Grease the bottom. I think these are my cheap Dollar Tree pans. I'm not sure. I've got more in there, but I like to use the same. If I'm using a pan, I like to use the same type of pan so that the cakes are the same size. A little bit more grease. Gotta make sure. So my counters like to, or cupboards like to leave paint in my pans. So I gotta make sure there's no paint in them. Lead paint, yeah. Really wonderful. Huh? I don't know if it's lead paint or not, but I like to clean all my pans to make sure there's nothing in them. Okay. I should have done that before I pulled them out. And those are ready. We are going to measure out 225 grams of sugar. And then I think we're going to keep measuring our ingredients so we have them all correct. $181. Oh, I went over. I went over. I'm just going to dump this sugar into my pan over there and continue to measure more ingredients. I need 171 grams of cake flour. And it's probably a lot easier to measure because the sugar was 1 cup and 1/8 of a cup of sugar, and I don't have the smallest cups. I have are quarter cups there. The cake flour, we need, I don't know why I put that behind me. I need 1.5 cups cake flour, so 171 grams. Oh. There we go. It was teetering back and forth between 171 and 173, but it stopped at 171, so that's good. Oh, this cake flour feels so fine compared to the other flour. So the difference between cake flour and regular flour is this has less protein in it, I believe, is what I had read. So it helps make your cake spongier, more airier, and stuff like that. We are going to set this aside. I need a quarter cup of vegetable oil, so 45 grams of that. I'm going to clear back to, oh wait, and it's liquid, so you got to change it to liquid. Oh, guess what? It does not say, it says fluid ounces, so I'm going to not measure. I'm going to just use my measuring cups for these and stuff. So that is my cake flour. Okay, so we need 6 large eggs, 1 1/8 cup white sugar, 1.5 cups cake flour, a quarter cup vegetable oil, 3 tablespoons milk, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. So we are going to get the rest of the ingredients out, go over to the stove, and start our double boil to get it going. In this pan, I have all that sugar. I need 6 eggs. And you know me, I'm gonna crack Smell. Dump. Crack. Smell. Dump. Oh, and I do it in a separate bowl because there's an eggshell. Wreck. Smell. Dump. Okay. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees. We are going to whisk this together. I'm going to kind of turn it this way so you can see it. Whisk it together. So we just want to warm the mixture up, dissolve the sugar, and you can tell by once it's all mixed together, you can see it's grainy. Once it's mixed and the sugar is melted, you can rub it between your fingers, and if it still feels grainy, it needs to go for a couple more minutes. And you want to just continuously whip this up. So we are going to do that. This is time process. I've already read the directions several times. I want to get this correct. So I had to sift my cake flour twice. So I did that while my water, didn't even turn my water on yet. So, okay, so we are going to get that to a boil. It's all mixed together. We're going to get it to a boil. And this down here a boil, this not up here. I just want it warm, not hot. So we'll be back here in just a little bit, okay? To test to make sure that it's ready to go into the mixture, you can stick your finger inside the pan and just kind of rub the fingers together. And if it's still grainy, then it's not ready and you need to cook it for just a little bit longer. You can feel the grains of sugar. Okay, so my mixture is ready to go into my stand mixer. We are going to whip this on high for a full 5 minutes. Once it's done, it will be very pale and should have doubled in volume. So that's what it looks like now, and it should double in volume, and it's really yellow, and it will be pale in color. To test if it's ready, that you like draw a little pattern on top, and if it stays on there for a few seconds, then it's good. If it disappears immediately, then I need to whip it up for a few more minutes. While we are whipping this up, it says to get your other ingredients ready. So basically you're going to sift your flour twice, which I've already done that while I thought I was warming up my pan earlier. So we are going to sift our flour twice. We are going to take our oil, 1/4 cup, and put it into a bowl, or I'm just going to leave it in that cup that I have it in right there. And we are going to add to that 3 tablespoons of milk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to mix that really, really, really well. And once that is mixed together, we are going to wait until we are done with it. So once this is doubled in volume, then we turn it on low speed and let it whip for another 10 minutes. So it's got to whip for 15 minutes. So you got plenty of time to sift your flour twice and to mix the other ingredients. So let's get started on this. I am not going to show you the whole 15 minutes of it whipping up, but I am going to turn it on and get it started. And then I'll show you like in between times. Aw, snap. I lost my recipe. Okay, so we are going to lift this up. I do not think it's ready. It disappears right away. You know, it's stir the line and it doesn't stay for a couple minutes. So we are going to do a couple more minutes on high. It says if it stays on for a few seconds, then it's good. So let's try this again. What do you think? Now let's do it just a little bit more, because that few seconds, you got to start counting and it sinks before it even starts. So yeah. There. Let's turn it down on low. I hope I didn't over whip it. Is that a... See? If I read the directions too much, then I go too far ahead, and then I get my directions mixed up. I'm going to kind of lightly fold this around. So we are going to whip it on low speed, the very lowest speed I can, for another 5 minutes. I'm going to put it on 1. It doesn't even feel like it's whipping. Turn the mixer down to low speed, the lowest setting, and whip for a further 10 minutes. I almost want to put it on 2. Oh, 10 minutes. See? Okay, we'll come back here in a couple minutes and we'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to do some dishes. It has been 5 minutes. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but we are going to keep going. It's still on low speed. It looks good. The only thing I need to do next is like fold in the rest of the ingredients. And I think I do that by hand. So we'll be back here in just a little bit, 5 more minutes. It has been 10 minutes. I'm gonna move this back. So, by whipping this for 10 minutes, it takes all on low speed. It takes most of the big air bubbles out of it. We want to not knock all of the bubbles out because that's what helps make it spongy, but it does help get some of it out. We're gonna remove this here, and that is what that looks like. Beautiful. I hope it's right. I'm going to, it says carefully fold the sifted flour into the egg mixture. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle this on top, and with a spatula we are going to kind of fold it in, because we don't want to break all the air out of it. That was sifted twice. So this is the scary part, because I'm not good at this. Carefully folding in. So I'm listening to some jazz in the background. Again, it's nice and soothing. The other day I had a customer in the restaurant, and he was talking with another one of my customers about business. And he's like, man, my blood pressure was not as high as it was until now. And I said, let me get that jazz started. Because it's first thing in the morning. We don't want to have high blood pressure. We want to enjoy our breakfast and stuff like that. And so I said, no more shop talk. Let's listen to some jazz and do some yoga. I was joking about the yoga, obviously. But just like a few minutes later, probably not even 10 minutes later, he's like, thank you. That really helped. So yes, I do like listening to jazz, and it's nice when I'm cooking, because then I don't have to pay attention to what's going on TV. Look at that. It's almost all mixed in, and it still looks like it's got some bubbles in it, which is good. So this other mixture over here, this is called sacrificing the batters. So what you want to do is you take a big dollop of this and you put it, and I didn't even mix it in all the way. So guess what? We are going to have to mix some more in. See? Anyway, so we are going to mix this in a little bit better. I found a whole bunch of not mixed in cake flour. We do not want that, do we? Try to get that mixed in a little bit better. Hopefully I didn't ruin that. Hopefully I can get that mixed in. It's sacrificing it anyway, I guess, right? So, and we are going to dollop some more in here. We're going to mix it around really, really good. And this will help incorporate this into this without breaking the rest of the batter down. Because that's what this is. This is getting all that air out of it, and hopefully, see, there's air bubbles. Hopefully once we pour this into there, it will incorporate right, and then we'll put it in our cake pans and bake it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes till golden brown. Okay, wish me luck, guys. Oh, goodness. I poured right in. That's not, I don't think that's what I wanted to do. Oh, got a big hailstorm coming down right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm scared. I see the big bubbles are breaking. Let's just hope it doesn't break the whole cake down. That's why I think I choose easy recipes, because I'm scared. A ribbon stage. A ribbon stage. See, I don't know. I guess a ribbon stage is when you can pour it and it kind of pours like a ribbon. So I think I've almost achieved that. Doesn't quite dollop yet, so. Or not dollop, but ribbon. I just don't want to break it down too much. But see, when I pull it up and that to me is a ribbon. I don't know if you can see that. Where it goes like that. Whoops. And then we're gonna pour into our pans. Try to get it as evenly as you can in both your pans. See, I knew it. I missed some. I don't know why I keep grabbing this little itty bitty spatula. Maybe I should try bigger spatulas when I'm cooking. Okay, the next step before we put them in the oven is that you want to make sure you get those air bubbles out and they're even. So we are going to put them in the oven. I obviously put more in this one than this one, so we will check them both to make sure they're done yet. Okay, 20 to 25 minutes. Let's set our timer for 20 minutes. It has been 20 minutes. We are going to check on these cakes here. Look, they look golden brown. Oh, that's right. Don't burn myself. Okay, hold this down. I've learned how to use my oven since it's broken. Okay. Pull this out. And looks golden brown. So it says to drop it on the counter a couple times after you take it out. And this parchment paper here, we are going to carefully, I don't know how we're going to do this. I'm going to put the parchment paper down, that down, and try to flip it over carefully so it can cool. I don't know if you guys can see that one. Let's do the other one. Okay. Whoops. Ha. Gonna do that. Lock this back up. You guys are seeing my struggles here one-handed. Okay. Let's put the parchment paper back on there like that. Flip it over. I'm gonna grab that other. And we're gonna flip it back over. And we're gonna let it cool just for a couple minutes, so to the touch, and then I'm gonna take the cake off and let it cool completely. I'm gonna get that oven door closed. It's warm in here now. We will be back in a little bit when I take these off. I didn't even check them with a toothpick. 20 minutes. They were golden brown all the way around. Spongy cakes, not my greatest. So we'll come back in a little bit and see how this works, you guys. Okay, hopefully these release really easy. If not, then I will have to help them release. Okay, flip it back over. Tap it a little bit. There it goes. My first sponge cake. We will let this cool. What I like about these is I can stack them. So once I get these cooled here, or get them separated from the pan, I can stack them. That one released kind of right away. They kind of fell a little bit. I'm hoping they're going to be okay. So I'm going to stack these here, let them cool. And we will come back in a little bit after these are completely cooled, and I will show you how to make the, we'll cut these in half. So it'll be like a 4-layer cake and stuff. We'll cut these in half. We'll put our espresso mixture on top of it, our mascarpone, whipped cream stuff on top, and oh, it's going to be beautiful. I have so much going on, I don't know what to do first. Okay, in this cup here, I have 1.5 cups of water, and I need to put in 6 tablespoons of its instant espresso. I do not have an espresso maker at home. I used to, but I don't make coffees at home anymore because I do cold brew. So I bought this because you can use this in all kinds of recipes and stuff. So I figured this would be perfect. Last time I just used some of my cold brew and left it a little stronger. So I need 6 tablespoons, and we are going to make basically the coffee that is going to go in our layers. I don't know what to do step by step. That's 2, 3. Smells good. 4, 5, 6. So we're going to stir this around, and we are going to add to this, I think it was a quarter of a cup. Oh wait, hold on. That's the mascarpone. So where is my, a third cup of amaretto. Well, I don't have amaretto. We are using Kahlua. So I shook this up really, really good. So a third cup of this is going to go into here. And we're going to mix this around, and we're going to set this aside. This is what we're going to, this is a lot. I really don't need this much. I might put it in the refrigerator and drink it later, or add it to my drinks. Okay, so this is going to go on our sponge cake. We also need to make the, excuse me, we also need to make the inside, like the layers of frosting and stuff. And I need to use my double boiler again. So we're going to whip up some egg yolk with some sugar and get that incorporated so we can add the mascarpone, amaretto, and heavy whipping cream. And we're going to do that all in here. But I need to clean this up really fast, because I want to show you how to cut these cakes. I use a serrated bread. It's like a bread knife and stuff. I have a cake cutter. I just don't know what that is, because I am really bad about cutting my cakes even. So you want to try to cut it in half as even as you can. And it's not working very well. And see, my this knife doesn't go all the way through, so you can turn as you turn it, keeps cutting, but be very careful because you don't want to cut yourself. And we are going to, that's what my sponge cake looks like. And I didn't mix it well enough. That's probably why it's not as high as it's supposed to be. So I'm going to cut the other cake, and we're going to continue to make it. I don't care if there's a little flour in it, but this, you know, learning experience. So we're going to cut the other cake, come back, and I will show you how to make the icing, and then we'll put it all together. Okay. And turn it over just a little bit that way. So what I need is a quarter cup of sugar in there. And I'm going to turn it on. We are going to whisk up 4 egg yolks. And I'm going to use my hands because I don't have an egg separator. So what I'm going to do is in this here, I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can really see. Right here? Okay, let's see if we can do this. So I'm going to crack it very carefully because I don't want to break that yolk. And I'm going to use my hands to separate the yolk from the whites. There's a little bit of white in there. I hope that's okay. This one broke. I'm going to try not to let it. It broke, so I'm going to try to get all the white out as I can, but not the yolk. I need that yolk. I know it's disgusting, but this is the only way I know how to do it. I know there's other ways. You can use your eggshell, but the eggshell is dirtier than your hands. Trust me, my hands have been washed. Try to get all that yolk off of there. all shalcy. And we are going to wash our hands after we get all this yolk off, or white off. So you want to separate the whites from the yolks, and it looks like I got a little bit in there. But what we're going to do, set that aside. We're going to, in our double boiler, that quarter cup of sugar and egg yolk, and we're going to whip that around until it's melted. We are going to add this to our mascarpone, and our heavy whipping cream. I did not get enough mascarpone, you guys. I only got an 8-ounce container, and this recipe calls for 16 ounces. I thought for sure, like my other recipe, that it only needed 1 container, but it needs 2. So I hope it's going to turn out okay. It might be more creamy than cheesy. I don't know. I wish I had a smaller pan to do this on. So the temperature needs to get to like 1. We're kind of cooking the egg yolk so it's edible. Because right now you can't just like lick it. What is that? .165 is the temperature we are looking for. So, whisk vigorously until the sugar dissolves and the mixture is light and thick. Basically, we're going to whisk it until that drizzle, when you can drizzle it and it leaves that line in it, like the other one. So, wow. Temperature on my stove's not even getting hot enough yet. Okay, I am not having any luck with my stove. The burner would not turn on. Now this is the other burner, the one that would always go nuclear on me. Goodness. So I don't know if I've heated it up warm enough yet. I know I've whipped it enough. And it's just starting to warm up down there. So I'm going to keep whipping it. Once it's up to the temperature 165, then I can pull it off and keep whipping it so that it like drizzles, you know. And then we will add it to the mascarpone. crazy. I need a new stove. I need a new oven. Not heard back from my landlord yet, so maybe I will do that when I'm done with this. Okay, I think it's reached the temperature that I need. I don't think I've cooked it. I'm going to turn it off and whisk it. Now, I can't do it right here, so you guys, I can't whisk it in front of you, but I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like, okay? The next step we need to do once that egg yolk is done is we need to get the cold mascarpone and amaretto into here, and I need to whip it up. Oh. I'm hoping my egg mixture over there is not cooking. I don't know if I was supposed to dump it into something else. So what we're going to do is dump it into here. It's almost like a pudding. Okay. I don't know if I just ruined it by doing that. So we need to whip the mascarpone together with a 1/4 cup of amaretto. I probably should do less, but because I don't have as much cheese, so we're just going to whip that around. Probably why we needed 2 blocks of cheese, because it's not going to be creamy enough. That's okay. Now we're going to dump this into it. Just do not overmix. Just kind of splattered it all around. Didn't even mix it in, huh? And we're going to mix this together, and then we're going to put 2 cups of heavy whipping cream into the same bowl and whip it up and form stiff peaks. Just gonna kind of clean this off a little bit. Dump this into here. Because this is what we are going to incorporate into our whipped cream at the end. See, it's supposed to be thicker. Maybe I should have done less amaretto. That's okay. It says, don't even worry about cleaning it off. Dump your 2 cups of heavy cream into the bowl. Close it down and start whipping it up. It's starting to form stiff peaks. It says not to let it go completely stiff because once you fold it in, you'll break it down and stuff. So, and to do it by hand afterwards, but I'm going to bring it up to the stiff point and then add this in. It's really liquidy anyway. Bigger. So basically it's pretty not stiff. I can go maybe a couple more minutes. So I'm going to just do like a minute longer. I should have taken the parchment paper off before I cut them because it's not that easy, but you want to peel those off before you start doing your cakes because you don't want to forget and ice them and leave them on, and then you've got paper on them. So this is 1/2 of my cake. We are going to take that coffee mixture. Oh, I'm not done yet. Not done. I gotta incorporate the cheese in it. And my whipped cream. I might have made it too creamy. Okay, get that off of there. I'm gonna switch spots there so you guys can kind of see. That's my whipped cream. And we are going to fold in the mascarpone mixture. I can't believe I didn't get the right amount. I hope this turns out, you guys. And I didn't put any vanilla in this. I don't know if it calls for vanilla. From here, I have not read the directions. I just know that I need to fold this into this. Remember my folding techniques. I'm not good at it yet. Fold. I need to watch some videos on how to fold my ingredients, right? That might help. Because I don't know. I'm not doing, it looks like I'm folding it in. But when I see the little bits of flour, I didn't get it folded in all the way, apparently. And this, you don't want to break it down. You want to get it stirred in, but not break down the whipped cream. And then again, with the cheese not being the 16 ounces and I only did 8 ounces, it could be why it's not, I mean, it's holding together. That looks, I'm going to stop right there so I don't break it down any further. It looks good. So what we're going to do now is I want to kind of not soak the cake. So we're not going to pour it on there. I'm going to get that out of the way. But you want to get that flavor in there. This is probably not the best plate to put it on. I have cake pans or cake serving dishes, you know, pretties. But that means I have to clean them because they are probably really dusty. See, it's kind of soaking in. Don't want to, like I said, the cake would be fluffier if I would have folded it in right, I'm sure, or got the cake flour right, you know. Okay, and then what we're going to do is take a little bit of this. We need to save some to do the whole cake. And I am lazy. I did not get my cake decorating stuff out. Maybe I should have. And I don't care if it goes to the edge because we are going to use the same stuff to ice it with anyway. So you want a good generous layer in between each. And then this is the top of that one. I'm going to put it on top. See, it's sunk in the middle there because my cake, my plate it's on. I mean, it did sink a little bit, but it's also the plate. But that's okay. It's still going to be delicious, I hope. It looks spongy. The cake looks spongy. I need practice, you know. My husband does not like soggy cake, so I'm hoping I'm not getting it soggy. Whoops. And then another layer. And we're going to let this sit in the refrigerator for 4 hours, it says, or preferably overnight. And you know me and trying to wait for things to sit. So I have to go to Bible study. So that'll help with me not wanting to cut right into it, right? You know? That was really good. Okay. We are going to take this one and put it right on top. Don't want to forget to drizzle the coffee on at every step. That flavors your sponge cake. This one looks much better than the other one did. Little pieces here and there, but it was a lot thicker than the other one. I need practice. I need practice making homemade cakes. I usually do box cakes, which that's not bad. I make them and they taste good. But all those ingredients in there, they're so bad for you. There's so little ingredients in this cake. A lot of eggs, yeah. That's why I'm eating the damn thing. Oops, I cussed. Okay. And, oh, can't forget the mascarpone whipped cream mixture. I am going to have to pull out my spatula, the one I used to decorate the cakes with. All right. This goes on top. Like I said, it doesn't matter if this stuff comes out the edges, because we're gonna wipe the frosting around the edges anyway. So I told you this makes a lot. I could have made half this. My husband won't drink it because it has booze in it. Maybe I'll make something out of it. Turn it into coffee cake or something. Ooh, that might be good. Not coffee cake, but chocolate cake. What would it be? Espresso cake. Ooh, yeah, I think I'm gonna save it for that. Okay. Excuse my digging. Okay, we need to save just a little bit of this because we're going to use it to dollop on, make little dollops on this. So we are going to spread this around the top. All the way to the edge. And I'm going to grab a paper towel and clean off the bottom here because it's got coffee, it's got cake crumbs. And I mean, it's okay if you want that in your cake. It's, you know, I'm going to eat it all anyway, right? So then what we're going to do is take a little bit of this. And if I had my little Lazy Susan, it'd be so much easier. But we're just going to spread this around. And we're not even going to, like ice it completely. It's supposed to show the cake through. So we are going to just use what is on here. Spread this around and then kind of clean it up a little bit. Whoops. Like I said, a Lazy Susan. They've got them at the Dollar Tree now. You could use those for your cake decorating instead of your spice rack and stuff, and kind of use it to turn your cakes to help you make them, you know, pretty. And it doesn't matter. I mean, they don't have to be perfect. As I'm trying to get it perfect. Okay, so you can use your little spatula here and clean up the bottom of the cake plate and get that off. And then we're gonna make little dollops to put on here, and we'll sprinkle it with some cocoa powder here in a little bit. But let's get this in the refrigerator and let it sit for 4 hours or longer. Let me show you the little dollops really fast. Out one of my Wilton bags with the tip, and you just kind of fill it up like I showed you how to fill that other bag, that homemade bag up. This one's small. I hate small bags. I make big messes. I could have made a homemade bag faster than trying to find a bag to use. These are washable. And just squeeze it in. Oops. And you're gonna go make little dollops. Okay, it's gonna go in the refrigerator for 4 hours, and we'll come back and try it after Bible study. I got a big mess to clean up. Oh man. I should have waited to put the little dollops on it, but that's okay. We're going to use this little thing I had gotten from the Dollar Tree and some cocoa powder, and just kind of sprinkle it on top. That's why I should have waited, because I was supposed to sprinkle first and then dollop. And we're going to cut a small piece. That's what that looks like. Maybe I should have put a little bit more coffee on it. We'll see. Let's take a bite. Yum. It's creamy. The cake needs to be a little more spongy, but it's pretty good. Yum. I think the cheese is just the right amount. It could be creamier probably, but I think it's perfect. Yum. I ate that whole piece, and my husband said it was very good, very airy. The icing wasn't too rich and
was probably perfect with just the 8 ounces. So I think I'm going to keep my recipe with the 1 package of the mascarpone, and just probably try to perfect my spongy cake, because it was good. It was really good. I like it better than the lady fingers. But wow, what a time consuming treat to make. And he was like, my husband's like, we need ice cream, we need ice cream. And after he was done eating, he's like, I really don't need ice cream. Yum.